Ooh, guys, man, I just ate at Subway. Look at this, man. I'm pregnant. I just swallowed me down a tuna fish hoagie, a tuna fish sub, man, from a Subway. Hey, let me show you what I just got. Look at this guy. I don't know what the hell this O-ring's for. They gave me a spare O-ring. So anyway, this is 25-inch extra long breaker bar, a ratcheted breaker bar. Handle's plastic. This is oh, I see where that goes. That goes here. Why would they even? Why would they even do that? There we go. I guess it came off. This is Enias, I guess. Number five, number 595 plus. Plastic handle. And it ratchets. You know why I got this, guys? For the bolts of the bolts in the Jeep for the rear seats. My impact doesn't loosen them up. My breaker bar does, but you know, with a breaker bar, every time you turn it, you turn it maybe, you can only turn it like maybe a quarter turn, then you gotta lift it up, put the socket back down, turn it again, lift it up, put it back down, turn it again. So I got this. 25 inches long. I got this on Amazon. I think it was $70 on Amazon. It was either 69 or $70. I'll put a I'll put a link for you guys in there. It's not I don't put what are those links called? People make money off of but I forget what the name of those links are. I don't know if any of you know about that. You can actually just make money off of links on Amazon. It has a funny name to it. I don't do that. Whenever I put a link on a video, it's to actually help people, and I'm probably the only one that still does that because I'm one of the stupid people from the old school that still believes in helping people. So, yeah, this was like $69. My my conchos came in too. They're a lot smaller than I thought, man. I mean, they are tiny. Look how small they are. There's 20 of them in here. So I think what I'm going to do, the thing is I know these screws are not going to be long enough. I'm going to have a tough time. Boy, here's the screws here. Screws are tiny, guys. Screws are maybe 3 millimeter, maybe, well, no, the screws are probably about 4 millimeter. So I don't know. I mean, I know for that tank panel is plastic. I know those screws are not going to be long enough for that tank panel. They might be long enough for that rear fender bib. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of using all 20 conchos on that rear fender bib. Okay. And if they look nice, I'll get another bag. And what I'll have to do is I'll have to go up to Home Depot and match these screws with longer screws. That's what I'll have to do. Or I'll put something else on the on the front tank bib. Whew. So I look at this. Holy crap! It's like I got a basketball in here. I'm pregnant. Hey guys, I'm having twins, man. So I took the Heritage over to Subway, and it turns a lot of heads. It turns a lot of heads, boy. People actually look to see what's behind them. People on the sidewalk getting their phone out, taking pictures. Oh yeah, because they ain't seen nothing like it around here. You know what I mean? They living around here, it's like living on freaking Fiji. And they ain't seen nothing like this around here. Oh yeah, let me show you what else I made. Because last night, since I was, I was waiting on the concho. The conchos actually came in around noon. I was surprised. And I also bought my wife a set of earrings. They're diamond and ruby. They're like in the shape of a heart. She's happy with it. She's crazy about it. So last night I was bored stiff, guys. I made this. I lost my other glasses case, so okay, I'll make another one. I made this out of leather I had laying around. Then what do you think happens? As soon as I get done making this, of course I found the other glasses case. I did a couple things to the license plate, and I also made fringe grips. They're only 12. The fringe is only 12 inches long. Let me show you guys. And I also made that bone for the license plate, held in with button head screws. And I made two more skulls out of some rings I had. Almost covering my numbers up. $20 each, times 6. Yeah, I think I'm going to use those conchos, guys, solely on the back one here. So what I'll be able to do, I'll be able to come down on each side, and we'll go around like that with the conchos. And that'll take, there's actually 10 of these on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll put conchos here, and then we'll have conchos go in there like that. I'm gonna have to take the felt off the back of this in order to do that. I think I have felt. What though? Man, felt. I'll tell you what's better than felt is a piece of leather, which I have. I have right here underneath my cam. And I got a lot more of this. This is from the pants. I have a lot of this leather. That's what I made the fringe grips out of. What we could do is, this will be the part here, the suede part, where the unpolished part will touch the tank. And I have upholstery spray for this to stick underneath the tank bib, or the fender bib. So I think I have everything to do that. Maybe I'll do that tonight. So we're going to take this felt off, guys. What I'm doing is I'm cutting the thread. We're using a very sharp utility knife blade. You know, it's amazing what goes into this. No wonder why this thing was. I think I paid like $60 for it, something like that. No wonder why it's so much money. All right, we got that off. Now, the way this is made, see, the leather won't scratch, and the prongs from the spots won't ever reach the tank. So let me get. I'm not going to do this right now because I'm gonna lay down right now, guys. And it's like 1:15, 1:20 in the afternoon, and I'm gonna lay down with my wife, and we're gonna watch Paid in Full. I love that movie. So let me see if this just might work out. Yeah, look. Na, my water bill is due. I paid it. So I think it's going to work out. Look at that. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to use all of them on this. We're going to put 20 of them on here. You know, and I didn't plan that either. I bought 20 of them because I like that excess. So that's what we're going to do. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's what we'll do. We're going to have them going like that and like that. That'll look nice. That'll look really pretty. And if it's a success, I'll do the tank panel. Maybe I'll get some different kind of conchos for that. Okay, what I did next to have everything lined up perfectly. I covered the front with masking tape, and with my ruler I measured 1 inch over from where all the spots are. So that's where my conchos are going to go. Okay, now what we're going to do, let me see if that's going to, yeah, see, that's going to land on my, these two here will land on the Mustang logo, which I don't think I want that. So let me see. See if I wouldn't check that. So here's the conchos. How about if I put them, guys, like right there? Maybe that's better. I'll put them in between. All right, let's do that. All right, this is revised. Where these God in heaven. I just had a donut. Where these crosses are, well, that's where I'm going to put the conchos. You know, that way they're not going to interfere with the Mustang logo. All right. Now I got to find my rasp and I got to burn holes. Okay, guys, what I did is I magnetized my screwdriver with a magnetizer. And it's going to look pretty good. So what I did with my rasp is I didn't heat the rasp up. I made sure the point was real sharp on my rasp over there, and with my little Eastwig hammer, I hit it and I made the holes. And then on the bottom, I burned the felt a little bit. That way the screw will go in real good. So all right, let me get more of these guys in, and I'll show you what the finished product's gonna look like. Okay, guys, I got all the conchos in. There you go. Doesn't that look good? Basically, what it gives it is more bling. Now, I don't have enough to do the front one. I have to order another. I only have 2 left. So I thought this was going to take 20. Here it took 18. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I don't know. I don't know how I counted. I don't know how the heck I counted 20. So that looks awesome. See, I got them all lined up. Yeah, when I do the front panel is going to be a little bit more difficult because of the plastic. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to do that. I might have to somehow remove that plastic, but I think the plastic is sewed on. You know, and if I cut those threads with my handy utility knife blade, the threads are going to come off on the top. So I'm going to have to figure something else out. I might have to get bigger conchos. Or, I mean, these screws here, guys, are tiny, man. I don't even think, look how small these screws are. You know what these look like? These look like light switch cover screws. You know, the screws that are on a light switch cover or a receptacle cover, that's what they look like. They look like that size. Now, if I could find longer screws in this size, the plastic won't be a problem. So, all right, let's put these screws on these conchos so I don't lose them. And one more. Magnetizing a screwdriver is a plus. In case if any of you don't know what a magnetizer is, if you buy a screwdriver set, make sure a magnetizer comes with it, man, because these magnetizers, I'm telling you, if you work on cars, it's a must. Let me show you my magnetizer. You know, if you want to magnetize something, all you do is you stick it in here. What I do, magnetized. You can magnetize anything, as long as it's not an alloy, guys. Where the hell is my damn? And my blade's gone. It's like here's a, you know, you can magnetize anything, except for something real big like this. I don't think you can magnetize this. Maybe you can. I don't know if I magnetized it. Let's check it out. No, I don't think it's big enough. All right, let's see if I magnetize this boy. You know what? This is probably, I mean, you know what? This would have to, the knob here would have to be steel, right? It would have to be. It would have to be steel in order to take the, look at this guy, man. Look at this. It would have to be steel in order to take the stress of sockets on it. All right, well, I'm going to put this on the bike and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I did spray the felt with Super 77. It looks like we have to cut the back a little bit. Why it's longer, I have no idea. Maybe because it's probably longer. I got to burn a hole for the back here. It's probably longer because it's not sewed in anymore. All right, I think we're good, guys. I have to burn a hole in the back and I got to cut that excess. There you go, guys. That looks pretty good like that, man. Gives it more bling than it's seen. More bling is always better. Yeah, I plan to do that to the front too. Like I said, to the front, we're gonna start up. We're gonna start as far as we can go up here. Okay, so let me get one here. I mean, these things are so tiny. You know, they're real tiny. So we could probably. Sorry about that, guys. I can't hold this and do that at the same. I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. So we could probably go up pretty far. Maybe even two. We can go up two from here. You know, so we can go like 1, 2, maybe even 3. So let's say we start up here, 1, 2, 3. That's 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So I need another pack of 20. You know, with Amazon, you just can't order a little package like this. They want you to order at least like a couple. That's how they work. They want you to order a couple things at least. That looks pretty good. You know what? This winter, I might do up the saddlebags too. I might think of something for the saddlebags. We'll put maybe we can put some conchos going along here on the saddlebags. That'll look pretty cool like that. The seat, I don't know. I think the material in the seat, guys, is so damn thick. I mean, even the saddlebags too. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get longer screws. Longer screws might work. But see, with the seat, I sit pretty far back on the seat. I actually, my rump is about like right here since I took the passenger seat off. So the conchos might get in my way. Maybe I'll just leave it. Maybe I'll just leave the conchos on that and that. I think that's good like that. But yeah, that looks pretty damn good. Look how nice and lined up I got. I got them perfect, guys. Look at that. Look at that. They're perfect, guys. They're perfect. The Mustang logo is not covered up too much. Look at that. Ain't that lovely? Now that's a real tricky rear fender tank bib. You can go out and you can hammer nails all day with that and come back and It'll shoot straight as an arrow. That's a tricky tank bib right there. Look how perfect I got those. Look at that. And then, little honey. Guys, I forgot to show you my finished wristband. Are you ready? You're going to like this. Look at that. Now that's what you call a wristband for a watch. Not none of that crap you buy at the massage parlor. Look at that. We even got a thing to hold the loop, the belt loop. You know what these are from? These are from the Big Dog. These are the spacers for when I bought the double spike air cleaner. These are the leftover spacers they gave me. That's what they're from. We got our Invicta watch on there. We just got to get a battery for this. So once I get a battery, I got to take these off because these are bolted in from underneath. They're actually bolted in. And then the strap goes under the bolt so that I don't feel the bolts on my arm. But that's what you call, this is a watch wristband.